My name's Erin. Growing up as a pastor's child, life was really hard. I felt like I was living in a bubble and I had to please everyone and I had to be perfect, and so there wasn't really room for mistakes. When I turned 14, I started high school, and my dad and my mom sat me down one morning and told me that they were getting separated. And it was really hard for me. I didn't know how to react. I started entering a stage of a depression, just not wanting to fit in with anyone. I felt like I had been betrayed by my family. I discovered alcohol, and I had heard that it's something that eases your pain and makes you feel better and makes everything all right. Since I had been a little kid, everything had gone perfect, so why were things going wrong now? And if God really loved me, would he actually put me through this? I would go to church and I would go through the rituals, but I really didn't feel like it mattered, or it was sometimes if it was even real. I'd met a guy, and it was my first real relationship with any guy, and I felt like I had lost my dad, and so when some other man came into my life, I felt so special again. It wasn't a good relationship. It was a very dangerous relationship, and by this time I was completely disconnected from the church altogether. My boyfriend and I had broken up. In April 2006, my mom also got diagnosed with breast cancer. My grandma passed away a month after. On top of losing friends and just feeling like I had nowhere to go. All of these things in a row just really hurt, and it was really hard to deal with. I felt like self-destruction was the only way to go. I started experimenting with drugs. I was cutting at this point, throwing up my food because I felt like that was the only way to make me feel good, was to get rid of everything bad in my life, and that was one way to do it. By the time my junior year rolled around, I felt like there was no hope left for me. My dad and my stepmom took me to lunch and just asked me what was going on with my life, and they told me that they thought it would be good for me to get back into church, and so I decided to go to a camp called Pine Cove. In that week, for the first time since I had started high school, I really felt God's presence again. Everything had happened for a reason, and that in this moment I had to decide what life I wanted to live. I just spent the next week at camp just really letting God talk to me and telling me what he wanted out of my life. That's when I really started getting involved with Journey to Dream. For the first time, I had been able to say I'm sober and I can actually participate in this. And I started speaking in front of kids and realizing that my story actually has impacted some person, and I'm an influence not only to the people I'm speaking to, but to my sisters, and I couldn't let my sisters or to let people who were younger who looked up to me think that the lifestyle I had lived was okay. It wasn't easy. There was no part of it that was easy. It was so hard spending my last year of high school telling people I couldn't hang out with them because I didn't want to put myself in a compromising situation. I realized that every bit of pain that I had had in my life was broken down even deeper. If this sounds like something that you're going through or that you've been through, there is hope. I mean, there was hope for me. I didn't think that there would ever be hope for me, and there was. It's not the end of the road for you. You do have friends, teachers, parents, counselors, a church friend, a youth pastor. Somebody wants to help you. You are not alone. I didn't see that when I was going through it, but if it wouldn't have been for the people who were just fighting for me to succeed and rise on top, then I'd still be in that same place, and I'm so thankful for them.